Hello, guys.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Wednesday, 8 o'clock p.m. Central European Time. Yeah, it's time for detailing talks in English. Well, we try. With me, my friend and colleague Christian. Christian, how are you?
I'm a bit tired because the last trip and the trip ends up actually today morning. We came back from Dubai from the master training level 2 and 3, so I'm a bit tired. And also the last 7 weeks, they were very exhausting.
Well, I was with you, and I agree. It was a rough ride, a week with all the preparations and then the trainings in Dubai, a lot of hours away. So this is a strenuous thing.
Exhausting, but very successful. So the guys were very happy. And we found out actually that we couldn't meet each other for the last 4 years. Crazy. Actually, we thought 3 years, but it was 4 years. And yeah, it was really very exciting, you know, to see all the guys and to catch up what we missed the last 4 years.
Yeah, the Arabian guys, they have a special mentality. It's because we train the master trainers worldwide, so we know the Europeans, the Germans, we know the Asian and the Middle East are different. They are different. They are very kind and friendly people, but all master trainers together have one spirit. We are Sonax.
Absolutely, and this feeling is amazing. And we have a great team in the Middle East area, and we are really proud of them. And yeah, we had tough days, very important informations we passed to them. We gave them the latest updates. They were also one of the very first who saw the products of the 2023. And of course, one very important part of the training was in the level 3. It was
coatings, and you all know that especially in the range of long-term sealants, we have 3 different types of coatings, 3 different types of products, which is the CC36, then the CC Evo, and the CC1. 3 different systems, and of course, the people want to know what's the difference. Why do we have 3 different coatings? And it was a good chance for us to explain the differences that they can understand and then explain to their customers.
Yeah, it was always, you know, it's always a bit of reputation, but there are always some new things they learn, and there are always some different conditions and situations where we explain which product is the best one. Just want to say hello to all the guys who already joined us. There is Nasa from Macedonia. There is also Sonax Detailing Academy UK, Chris from UK, Hugo, our loyalist customer or loyalist visitor. He is always with us. Amazing. Welcome to all of you.
Welcome all. And this is the English version of the issue coating or the topic coating. We did it last time in German. It's a kind of repetition, but it's also a good chance for you, from your perspective, to send questions, which we are very glad and happy to answer.
Yeah, there are already some questions regarding products about 2023. This will be the topic of one of the next detailing talks. The products, we will do the unboxing of the 2023 products in one of the next detailing talks. Today, the main topic is coatings. And there was a question already from Hugo on which coating is our headline coating based. It's actually...
It's in fact a kind of gloss coat from the CC Evo, but an optimized gloss coat in terms of layer thickness. This product is or creates a much bigger layer than the gloss coat for the paint, because on the transparent headlight you can build up more layer or more depth, because you don't see. If you would do this on paint, you would see, oh, I'm oversaturating the paint. I see stains, clouds, and I see something. There is a surplus of product, which I don't see on the transparent headlight. So that recipe is a bit more viscous, gives more resistance to chemicals. Of course, because it's in the front of the car where you have a lot of impact, mechanical impact, sand, chemistry, insect removers. So this layer has to be much more resistant.
Thicker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think we should start from the very beginning. Maybe we start with the CC36. Because we always receive questions why we have the CC6 still in the assortment, because we have now a CC Evo, we have a CC1, but there are many reasons to keep the CC36.
One of the most simplest reason is when we launch product in Europe, it takes a while since the product gets into the international markets. That's one of the easiest reasons. And there is another technical reason. The CC36 is a very quick to handle coating. The topic, how fast can I coat a car and then deliver it? Because CC36 does not need any curing time, any long curing time. Just the base coat needs 1 hour, but that is a time which you need to do the first coating step anyway. And after the gloss coat, which is polymer based, the car is ready, so you can deliver it. So that's a question of time.
Yeah, question of time, of course. And we have some special applications on very sensitive surfaces like matte paint or wrapped cars, right? As
the product is on the market for a few years, we have a lot of good experiences and feedback from the customers that it works on matte clear coat, that it works on PPF film. So we are really sure that this product can be used even on dark matte PPF film.
It's also written on the box, so it's also approved for matte foils and matte lacquers, and it will not increase the gloss. Of course, it makes it not shiny. Of course, on very dark colors like black, matte black, it will increase a bit the color depthness, but it doesn't leave it glossy or shiny. Application-wise, as Richard said, super simple. First step, base coat. After 1 hour, what you need actually for the application of the base coat, you can immediately apply the gloss coat, and the gloss coat don't need curing time, so you can deliver the car after, let's say, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Of course, important also with the CC36 is that with any kind of coating, you have to don't wash the car after the first week, let's say.
Mm. And there was a question from Hugo who asked, when may I apply the coating if I have a fresh paint?
Oh yeah, I see.
That's a good question. Usually, fresh paint needs, in our experience, about at least 4 weeks to get completely cured, to be completely stable. So you should wait at least 4 weeks before you apply a coating.
Yeah, around 4 weeks. I think the new paint systems should be good enough. Yeah, CC36. So this was the past. We have 2 components. We have the base coat, which is a reactive coating, and we have the gloss coat, which is polymer based.
Which the polymer based coating. Yes, yeah. It's a kind of version of the polymer net shield, but it's adapted to the base coat system. Those who have tried CC36, they recognize or they feel after the coating of the base coat, the surface gets sticky. It is no more slippery. If you wipe with a microfiber, you feel there is friction on it. And then just imagine when you apply the second layer, you must have something which lubricates. So this polymer is a bit of adapted to the base coat system.
There is also a feedback from NASA, who is actually he's actually a painter, and he said yes, 30 days perfect. There's Ini Sunshine on tour from Switzerland. Hi. Yeah, regarding the CC36, so the polymer-based gloss coat or the whole system is actually very simple, so you can't do many mistakes with this set and with this combination. We've had, of course, his disadvantages in terms of durability, or you need a bit more of maintenance to keep the performance on the high level, because the polymer-based top coat is not that chemical resistant than a top coat from the EVO.
Yeah, we can be very honest to you all. The CC36 is not so reliable, which we would like to have it. It all depends a lot on the paint. So we have experienced that the CC36 works pretty good on a kind of German car. It's strange, yeah. If you need if you have a very stable clear coat, maybe Audi or maybe a BMW works fine. But if you try a Korean car, it might be completely different. And that's what the market gave us as a feedback. It's not reliable. For me as a customer, I want to have a reliable product which I can apply on any kind of my customers' cars. So this was one of the reasons why we thought we have to improve. We have to find a new recipe.
Of course, we also need to mention again that the CC36 was the first product in the range without fluorine. And fluorine, maybe we will explain later on about the fluorine topic, because this is a very important topic, and we have some responsibility, and that's why we don't want to use fluorine anymore. And yeah, so the development was then the next level, so the CC EVO.
Next was EVO, which means evolution, further development based on the existing product, EVO. Here we changed the formula of the second product, of the second gloss coat. We made it also reactive, so that we have now 2 reactive systems.
And there's a guy from Australia, Jonkor27. Hi from Australia. Hopefully I can get your product and review. Yeah, in a few weeks I will come to Australia. Actually, in 5 weeks, I guess we go to Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane, as far as I know. So maybe there's the chance, or you just go in contact with our guys in Australia. And then we will also launch the EVO and the CC1 soon in Australia. So far, there's only the CC36 available, but very soon you can also try out the new EVO and the CC1. Fresh cars, hi. core, maybe it means German paint system only, it functioned properly. No, actually, this was the answer from Richard, that it's not so reliable, and maybe we need to explain a bit more about the CC Evo, about this system.
Yeah, this system, as it has two reactive components, gave us more or additional security, that the base coat layer, because the problem was some paint were soft, some paint has some kind of channels inside where the product can get absorbed. So if the base coat layer is absorbed from the paint and penetrates into the clear coat, it cannot act on the surface. What we did with the Evo, when we apply the base coat, it saturates the clear coat, and then the second layer builds up a separate layer, which is absolutely on the top of the surface. So the base coat is a kind of primer, which gives the bonding, the anchor, and the gloss coat system is on the top, which is absolutely on the top and not inside the paint. So it's completely outside. It works as it should.
And actually, that's the reason why we recommend in those cases when you have soft paint, very soft paint, that we apply the base coat on the areas where you have the most impact from outside 2 times to make sure you have enough particles to get a strong network of ceramic particles on these areas. And we don't talk about layering, but we just need to make sure that there is enough material on those areas. Hugo Fireflies have a question. Can you reapply the CC36 gloss coat when the beading gets bad, I guess?
Yeah, that's the benefit of the polymer system. It can be applied several times. When you see the beading is diminishing, just apply another layer of gloss coat. If the gloss coat is gone because you don't have any more in the bottle, then you just can use, for example, polymer net shield.
Okay, there's another question from John Core 27. Is there any difference between your products with Geon? What to say? Of course, we have our own coatings, and the point is that ceramic coatings, there are so many different brands right now on the market, but there are not many manufacturers. They produce the coating by themselves because they don't have the knowledge. Most of the coatings, they come from labs, from Korea, from Japan, Asia. You can go there, buy 1 liter, 5 liter of coating, put it in a nice bottle. But this is not our approach. We want to have the knowledge. We want to go in the very deep details. And of course, we have a different philosophy. When we talk about fluorine, for instance, when we talk about the safety for the user, for the material, and for the environment. So this is a bit different. We have a different philosophy.
I mean, you never know what your competitor is using because you don't know the formula. The only source of information you have is the material safety data sheet. And you can look inside, and in many cases, you will read silanes and siloxanes, which is very, general term. It doesn't say anything. It's like, I don't know how many breweries we have in Germany. Let's say 500. They all use hops and water, but they taste different. So that's exactly the same. You never know the recipe. But I'm quite sure Geon does it in another way than we do.
Yeah, at the end of the day, what is important, the coatings, there are so many different coatings, and the most of the coatings, they do the same job. But there are some compromises, in terms of how easy is it to apply, price-wise, marketing-wise, and then there are so many, let's say, things you have to be happy with the product. We have so many coatings we tried out, and when we find out there are coatings, they can last maybe much longer, but the application is horrible. Yeah. We always try to find a compromise, and I think with the CC36 and the feedbacks, they go exactly in this direction. It's a reliable coating. It doesn't matter which kind of paint you have. If you have a hard paint, if you have a soft paint, it doesn't matter. The product works to 99% on any kind of surface.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Christian. It's always a tough discussion between we here in marketing and sales and the lab. Everybody has its own priorities, and we need to find the balance of the product, price-wise, of course, performance-wise. Health issues are very, very important. We care a lot about health issues. And then ease of use is the key, in my opinion, because if you don't have a convenient product, it will not survive. It does not make fun. A product must have a fun factor. Otherwise, I will not buy it a second time.
And we had so many discussions with different detailers, and when you talk very honest to them, because everybody knows what a ceramic coating can do and what a ceramic coating can't do. And I talked about this many times before, but in the past, everybody was talking about 9H, about hard like glass, and about layering, about scratch resistance, and so on. These days, nobody's talking about this anymore because it doesn't work out. And there was a question from Alex. What was the question? Makes a ceramic coating the clear coat harder than it is, and this is exactly the point. Actually, I think we were one of the first who claimed force of flexibility, because the clear coat itself is not hard like glass, and in fact, you can't make a clear coat harder than it is, right, Richard?
Yes, and that's a way the coating suppliers went a few years ago. Now it's changed a bit because they realized that if I try to make it harder, I run into another problem. If the paint gets too thick or too firm, then it's no longer resistant against vibration, all those things, heat expansion. When the sun shines onto the paint, it must expand, and then in the afternoon it must shrink. And if the coating is too hard, then it gets very, very fine micro scratches, micro cracks, precisely micro cracks, and this you will see as a kind of haze after a while. And that's why we said, no, we need to have the same flexibility like the clear coat has.
Yeah, absolutely. And this makes a lot of sense. And I think all of you guys, you tried a lot of stuff already, but there's a big issue with the so-called the glass or the glass coatings, or the 9H, 10H coatings. I saw already 12H. It's amazing what's on the market right now. But there are issues with water spots. Water spots are a big issue, and we have a lot of business in Asia, and Asia, they have very special. They have some silicates in the water, and they have a lot of issues with hard water spots. And from their feedbacks with our hybrid coatings like CC Evo Gloss Coat and also the CC1, we can not avoid, but we can reduce the water spots, and they are also much easier to remove.
And this had also a lot to do with the softness and the flexibility of the gloss coat, because then the water spot can be just wiped away. And we have a big customer in Japan, and they have made a lot of intense tests with Tokyo Water. Tokyo Water is some kind of very hard water, not just in terms of minerals inside, like calcium and magnesium. Tokyo Water especially has silicates inside, and they create huge water spots. And we always ask the guys to send us over some liters of the Tokyo Water to do our tests in the lab.
Yeah, and there's a good comment from S55M3C. There may be a lot of different coatings in the market. It just does not make sense to buy products that are harder to apply, or maybe even far more expensive and deliver similar, if not worse. And that's the point. What do you expect from a coating? What should we claim, or what does the customer expect from a ceramic coating? Of course, there are some brands they marketing their products like they can do miracles, but this is not true. And that's why you need to try out by yourself, of course, but you also need to trust a brand like us, because we are actually one of those who are very honest to our customers, and we always tell the truth. We don't claim 7 years or 10 years. You know, we say it can last maybe up to 3 years, but it depends always. The durability is relative. It depends on so many facts and so many things. You know, if the car is parked outside, is the car in a garage, how often you wash the car, how do you wash the car, and so it's difficult to say how long does it last.
Absolutely, Christian. A key factor is maintenance. How do I maintain my coating? And it's just a few little things which can have a big impact. For example, when you use a microfiber mitt, or when you use a regular foam, just a cleaning foam. The sponge is the most sensitive way of cleaning a coated car. The microfiber has a tendency, because of the high surface area, a tendency to just by mechanical action plus the surfactant, which gives some emulsifying effect. You know, emulsifying, other people know it who have been in a training. And this deteriorates and diminishes the coating. And after a while, you will see, wow, the coating, the beading went bad, and the people are surprised, and they don't know why. But it's just the influence of a simple washing pad.
Yeah, we had this discussion a few weeks ago with some detailers, and everybody think he do the coating something good if you use a microfiber mitt, but actually it's better to use a regular sponge. And right. We also find out when you use wet coats or some 2-in-1 shampoos like our Reload shampoo or Active, the ceramic shampoo, when you use a microfiber cloth or microfiber mitt, you have less performance than with the regular sponge, because the microfiber mitt absorb and remove more product, so there's nothing left, and it reduces the performance. With the sponge, you distribute the product, and the paint absorb it, and you get a better performance out.
By the way, speaking about pads, this is the special applicator pad introduced with the CC Evo, and also included with the CC1. And that's one of the small improvements we did also from the first CC36 to the next generation. We found a sandwich system with a piece of flexible plastic, which I can grab very handy with my hand, coming into the corners very, very good. Then we have an intermediate foam layer which holds the liquid, and then we have on the top we have a microfiber layer, very thin microfiber layer for distribution. It's a special microfiber called Evolon. We can super thin apply our coating, and what I don't overdose, I don't have to wipe off, and that's one of the big benefits, super equal distribution of the product.
Yeah, there are some questions or feedbacks already. There is Micha BT. I used your CC Evo for the first time today on a black Toyota Yaris. Top result, great color refreshment, and a wonderful shine. The smoothness also convinced me. The customer was more than satisfied. Nice feedback. We love that you love it. John Core, you say, I rather to choose a product that is easy to apply, not just for detailers, but also end users. Okay. Then there is another question. Is there any difference between graphene coating and glass coat? Graphene is right now the big hype. What can you say about graphene, Richard? Because we had already some tests in the lab.
Well, I can say not that many, but we have looked at competitive products, and we decided not to go into this direction because we don't find any additional add-on which improves something. It's just a good coating, like others. So the claimed graphene inside does not mean that it gets super nice, better, anything. I don't know. It's just a ingredient with a good name, and the people think, oh wow, it sounds good.
Most probably because we had when we've been to Vietnam. This was, I don't know, was it 3 weeks ago, something like this? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. And we've been to Vietnam. We had there a tech talk with all our distributors from Asia, and we had this topic as well in this conversation. And they also, because they have much more experience with graphene coatings than us, because they come from there, and they told us the feedback what they got from their customers right now, that a graphene coating can't do any miracles. And maybe for us, it's not a big surprise, because the properties of a graphene coating, they are very similar to our coatings. So what they say, the difference between maybe a graphene coating and a very hard coating, regular 9H coating, is the smoothness, the slickness, what they provide. So this is maybe a benefit out of this. Maybe it's not because of the graphene, but anyway, so they claim the slickness and also the preventing of water spots, what we also do, or what we do already. So I don't know, maybe we should create the next hype.
Yeah. If you have some good idea, please give us a call.
Yeah, we made some jokes about this last time, and we said we will launch a coating which is infused by moon dust. Sounds good, huh? Hugo Fireflies have a question. Is it possible to apply polymer natural with this applicator?
Of course, it's a coating applicator. We sell it in the accessories, so it can be used for any kind of sealant.
Yeah. Alex from Serbia. Hi, Alex, my friend. He asked about self-healing. Self-healing sounds also very, very exciting.
I don't have any deeper information about that. Maybe we should get a product which we can intensively test, and then we know.
I had some conversations regarding self-healing coatings, and in fact, actually any kind of ceramic coating have a light self-healing effect, but there are specific ones. And I talked to one who tried a real self-healing coating, but it's really hard to apply. You can do just very small sections, and you need a certain layer of thickness, you know, to have this self-healing effect. So this is a pain in the ass, to be honest, to apply this kind of coating. I don't know a customer will pay for. And to be honest, to have a really scratch resistance protection, you have to apply a PPF film. This is the only way. The only way to protect the car against scratches. The only way which makes sense, to be honest.
Let's speak about CC1, because this is one of my favorite products.
Okay, we will do so. So CC1, this is the latest release, actually.
Yeah, CC1. You need just one product to get satisfied. And we found a lot of interesting fields of application, not only on cars, but it works really good on gel coat, on any kind of RVs, campers, boats. There it works that good because due to its it stays open very long, and even if the material absorbs a lot of material, you can wipe it and remove the surplus.
Yeah, the only thing they complained is the sponge is too small for an RV. They need a bigger one. Hello from Sonax Dubai, Edwin. Yeah, we miss you guys already. We had a lot of fun together. Was a great time. We had a really good time in Dubai, and a great training. Thanks again for your great hospitality.
Yeah,
really appreciate. Yeah, Sonax CC1. You know, the people always looking for a very simple way of application, and Hugo Firefly, one to rule them all. Yeah. The reason was that we said, okay, in the past we had a coating what's called Nano Paint Protect, which was that time already an amazing coating. I remember when I had my own detailing center, this was an outstanding product. We sold like hell in the past. It was so simple in way of application, great performance, great durability. But unfortunately, we had to stop it, right?
Yeah, we had to stop it because regulations at that time were thinking about a ban of those chemicals. There was, in fact, no decision taken, but we knew that there is something coming, and the lawmakers, they wanted to restrict and to limit the amount of fluorine containing components due to environmental issues. And there was no decision taken because it had to go through EU and Parliament, and this takes a couple of years normally. But we knew about that, and then we said, now we know what's coming. Let's get prepared. We will substitute the fluorine components inside and replace it by other chemistry. That's what we did with the CC36. We made from one product, we have to make two products to come to the same performance.
Right. That time. Yeah, that time. And we limited ourselves, but we found the magic recipe, let's say, to forget about the fluorine, and now with the CC Evo CC1, we are all the coatings, they are without fluorine. Actually, there's any single product in the range of Sonax which contains fluorine. So I was a bit laughing when I saw compared products, and they claim fluorine on their product. So this is a bit strange, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's not just the fluorine issue. This is one thing. Other thing is comparing competitors, what they are using, what kind of solvents they are using. Any kind of coating means solvent base. That's state of the art. But what kind of solvents you are using? It's the decision of the developer. And our coatings are so highly safe that you don't need any kind of protection. You don't have the need of a mask. Just work in a well ventilated area. That's all. Of course, due to if you want to protect yourself, you can wear a mask. But in fact, it's not absolutely needed. And if you look at the competitors, they say you have to. And if you look in the material safety data sheets, then you know why. There are so many dangerous solvents included, which is absolutely no-go for us.
So what's happened when you apply these kind of solvents on the paint, which is contained in the coating? So there is a reaction, right? And there's methanol, right, which is toxic.
A lot of silanes in general. They contain side groups. And when there is the curing, the interconnection of the particles, then you have a release of methanol. And that is the point. It's important how many is released. You can't prevent it. It just happens. But you can prevent or you can control the amount which is created. Yes.
Okay. So that's an important thing because, many detailers, of course, they get used to apply ceramic coating. I don't need a mask, and they are wondering why they get dizzy or whatever afterwards. And in fact, methanol, it's toxic, so this is very unhealthy. So you need to care about yourself, guys. There's a very important question from Chris from UK. He asked about, would it be the same for single stage paint in terms of application of the CC1 or CC Evo? So single stage paint, they are a bit tricky. It depends a bit, but it would be not the first choice to apply a ceramic coating on a single stage paint, to be honest.
If I have the choice, I would go to the CC1, to be honest, because single stage always means this paint is a bit more sensitive to chemicals. I have to avoid the amount and how often I treat my clear coat or my paint with solvents. And I just skip the base coat step with a lot of solvents and just do it as a single stage paint with a single stage coating. That's a combination that fits.
Yeah, makes sense. Oh, thanks, Igor. Because for my collection, I need one of the Nano Paint Protect, and he said he saved one for me. They have maybe still in stock, or he found somewhere. I'm happy about this. Thank you, Igor. And yeah, Alex, this is right. We know this, but I don't want to say this here. Is there going to be a new Sonax paste wax? Hugo is asking. I think so far there's we don't think about a paste wax, right? I don't think
not next year.
Next year.
Not next year.
Maybe. If you have any requirements for paste wax, let us know. Because wax is still like it's an old-fashioned product, and still there are good reasons to apply wax. Yeah. talk about single stage, old-timer, classic cars, old paints, but also for those who like to do some maintenance to their cars. It's not a coating is not for anybody. So there's still a reason to apply wax. And to be honest, sometimes I use the wax as a sacrificial layer for on top of a coating, because in the past, when we had the CC36, because there's a bit of disadvantage of the polymer-based products, they are not that smooth. So to improve the smoothness, I applied always our Carnauba wax on top to remove the insects much easier and to get more smoothness, because you like to touch the paint and the smoothness of the paint, and so there's still reasons.
There's still reason. And Alex asked that a good fit to waxes are old timers. They fit old timers. Why to install as a long-term coating on an old timer, which stands in the garage so long, so many times of the year? Makes no sense. Wax is the choice here. And I think those old timer guys want to do it by their own. And so the wax is something which they are used to. They can feel the shape of the car. So there is good reason to combine old timer and wax.
And of course, the big advantage is you can't do any mistake with a wax. You apply it and you wipe it, so it doesn't cure, it doesn't get hard, you don't get high spots. You can get high spots, but you can easily wipe off. But the coating, it looks a bit different. Kestutis, hey my friend, how are you doing? He's asking, make it sense to apply CC1 second time after 1 week or two?
I'm no friend of layering at all, because you have always some solving of the first layer. But if you want to, technically you can do it, but wait longer, wait a couple of weeks, then the layer is completely cured, and then you can try to do another one. But if it does really give more performance, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, what they did in the lab also, they applied from each coating several layers, and they found out that actually there is no big difference in terms of durability. And this maybe is the only reason why I should apply a second layer, to increase the durability. Because in terms of color depthness, I think there will be not much difference. In terms of smoothness, I think most of the people think they get more durability, or the paint get more resistant against something. But I don't think it's worth. There was a conversation for old timers wax or ceramic coating. This was the question from Alex. Actually, we answered already. Hugo Firefly said regarding the wax, because one of your chemists said that the formula is already finished. Then you know more than us.
There's a leak inside.
There's a leak in the communication, yeah. Edwin is asking, can CC1 be used as an efficient rim coating? Good question, Edwin.
Rims are very special surfaces. If the rim is standard, it means it has a kind of clear coat, and then it fits to the CC1. That is not the point. If the rim is chrome or stainless steel, the product don't hold, or they couldn't be holded in a sufficient way. This is one point. The second is, when I coat a rim my expectation is that the rim does not get dirty again. And this is something, especially for brake dust, which you can't fulfill. There is one product in our assortment which fulfills that criteria, and that's the rim coating, the rim sealant, rim sealant in the aerosol can, a big aerosol can.
Yeah, you just clean the rims, dry the rims, and then spray it on. There's a big advantage because it's very easy in terms of application. They have a real self-cleaning effect because we have a contact angle of 180 degrees, right? It's like the Lotus plant.
It's real Lotus effect, and we can really claim that it's really Lotus effect because due to the microstructure on the surface, we during the evaporation of the solvent, a microstructure is built, and this is the problem here. This is quite a fragile structure, which you can't mechanically stress. If you put your finger or clean with a foam, then you destroy the structure. It's
very sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it can last for a couple of weeks. So it's very easy to clean the rims, especially. Our recommendation is especially inside of the rims, where you don't clean that often. So to keep the rims clean inside, use the rim coating because you just spray it on inside, and it gets really easy to clean.
Yeah, especially now when you switch to the winter tires, it's a good chance to do it with the before the winter starts.
Absolutely. But I have also good feedbacks from detailers. They use the Evo, the CC1. Maybe it doesn't last that long, like on the paint, of course, but they are happy because they said there was something left in the bottle, and I don't want to waste it, so I tried on the rims, and I'm pretty happy. So, and those people actually, they know how to maintain the rims, how to wash the car properly, and so then it will last, of course, way longer than under other circumstances.
Yeah, and it's quite usual that the detailers which have finished the paint and there is still something in a bottle, they are using it on the rims.
Yeah,
that's normal.
Or wherever, or in the shower.
Or in the shower. I by the way, I did this in my own shower on the tiles, and it worked very nice. My wife is very, very happy about that.
Which one? CC Evo or CC1?
Which one? My wife?
No. I don't know which one you married.
No, the CC1. The CC1.
Ah, the CC1. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to try this as well. There was one question from Ramses Garage. How long protect the active shampoo car unprotected? I think the question is about our maybe ceramic shampoo. How long does it last on an unprotected car? So it's a standing alone product. It's a 2-in-1 product. So it with cleaning properties, but it gives you also a basic protection. So in the best case, it can last up to, let's say, 2 months. It depends on how often you wash the car and so on. But maximum it's 2 months. But it's a great maintenance shampoo for any kind of coated cars. Right. There is a question which is a tricky one, and I know everybody is asking for this kind of product, but JP Billplayer asks, I think it sounds Swedish. Is there any of Sonax coatings can be applied on car windows? Yeah.
We speak about that next time.
Okay, so you don't want to talk about glass coating. Yeah, it's very, very complex.
The existing paint coatings, they are adapted and developed for paint. And if you do this on glass, there might be some side effects. I'm quite sure that you have made some bad experiences using it on your windows, right?
Sorry?
You tried to to put it on your site windows of the car.
There was a 2-day seminar from one of our detailers, and we had on the first day we made an expert seminar and we polished the car and so on. And I said I have the CC1 with me. This was that time; it was not launched, and I had a sample from the lab. And I said, "Hey, we will try something. We will try to apply the CC1 on the windows." And I applied. We wiped off, and everything looked perfect. The next day we came to the workshop, and I was so shocked. It was film of like rainbow color on the windows, and it was so hard to wipe off. I had actually to polish all of the windows, so it was not the best idea to apply the CC1 on the windows. Yeah. So we could make a long story short, don't apply a CC1 on the windows. And there's one thing, of course, it's a request demand. There's a demand for glass coatings. Maybe we can say this, what we find out so far, that the most or almost all of the glass coatings, they contain fluorine, right? So it's against our philosophy.
Especially the professional products, the DIY products, they don't. That's interesting. Very interestingly. We have to.
But they're also limited in durability. That's the problem. So if they don't contain fluorine, they are very limited in terms of durability. So then we talk about maybe 3 months or something like this. That's the problem.
Glass coatings are very popular in Asia. The people know that type of product and they are used to it. Here, they are they are polarizing. Some people love it and the others hate it. So what should we do as a producer? Should we take the risk to disappoint the people, or what is the best way? And we are still in that difficult discussion.
Yeah, that's right. It's a very complex and difficult decision. We have a lot of actually good feedbacks regarding the CC Evo on the rims. So Alex says CC Evo on my rims, they lost already almost 1 year. Also, Chris from UK says CC Evo on real is amazing. So Bill Player says he's from Norway. Okay, I was wrong. It's not Sweden. So we have good feedbacks regarding CC Evo on rims. So just try out by yourself and find out how long it can stay. Then there is another question from Radjojevic detailing, what about of base coat from CC Evo on glass? That's a good question. I got this feedback from one of our trainers from Asia that they tried only the base coat on the glass and they were very satisfied. Mm-hmm. I never tried, to be honest. I never tried by myself, but I should.
That's one of various possibilities how we could go into the development of a kind of product like that. But I'm quite sure that this needs to be improved, and we can start maybe with this as a basis, and then do further. Because if a glass coating does not react and bond with the glass, it does not last. So you need to have functional groups inside which react with the glass itself. And then you get a long durability. Otherwise, it's just maybe a few weeks.
But that's also a good question. How long should it last? How long should the glass coating last? Under real conditions, is it really possible that a glass coating lasts 2 years? I don't know. to be honest. During winter time, with the salt on the street, you use the wiper blade very often in combination with windscreen washer. So you stress the coating. I don't know if or how long does a glass coating should last. Radovic Detailing said, he tried base coat and he said it's good, but it's also good. What is good? What is your experience? How long did it last on the glass? And Hugo says, why do glass coatings contain strong acids?
Yeah, that's because of you want to have this interaction of the glass, and the acid inside solves some kind of glass, and it builds up then the contact to the product.
Mm.
Yeah. But Christian, I've seen it's
run out of time.
It's 9 o'clock.
Already?
It's 9 o'clock. There is another detailing talk coming, guys.
There are more detailing talks coming in the next months, and there is one detailing talk, a very special detailing talk in November with a very, very special guest. This will be in German, but I think we can convince him to do it also in English. And we have a lot of interesting topics for the upcoming detailing talks, especially the innovations of 2023. Stay tuned for. And I think now it's time to have a sleep, because I sleep already. Very tired from the trip. It was a long trip. It was great to talk to you guys. And if you have any ideas, if you have any comments, or if you have any topics for the next detailing talks, let us know. Send us send us messages, whatever, and let us know what could be interesting for you guys.
Yeah. Also from my side, thank you for joining us. Should we say about who will be the surprise guest, or shouldn't we?
Should we? Actually, we should, huh?
Actually,
it's very unique, and it's the first time he ever did it. And actually, the guy he need our instructions how to come to this detailing talk on Instagram, because he don't have Instagram right now. So we will support him to install this on his mobile phone. And he is the one, actually the only one, who knows everything about Sonax, because he's the owner.
Yeah, he's Mr. Hoffman. As simple as that. He's our big boss.
Mr. Hoffman will join the detailing talk and give us an overview about the past, how Sonax was founded, and the improvement of the professional line, and about many topics. So you have a very unique chance to get answers from Mr. Hoffman, and we're really looking forward to have him here.
All right.
Okay.
With this said, we should end, right?
We should end. Yeah. Judy from Korea, thanks a lot for joining us. And all the other guys, Alex Ketutis, Gamolek from Poland, us, all the guys here, crazy. Thank you guys for watching us, and we will keep in touch, okay?
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.